Changes in weather systems have been cited as one of the favorable conditions for aflatoxins to thrive in many African agricultural areas. Aflatoxins are naturally occurring mycotoxins that are produced by a species of fungi called Aspergillus flavus and Aspergillus parasitic. Aflatoxins are toxic and among the most carcinogenic substances known.
The link between aflatoxin, hepatitis B, and liver cancer has been well established in a number of studies that have been done in the community.
It is a known fact that aflatoxins are highly toxic and are also linked to cancer, to immune system suppression, to growth retardation, liver disease and death in both humans and domestic animals.
Aflatoxins contamination occurs due to high humidity and during drought conditions. The Aspergillus is able to contaminate grain before harvest or during storage. Host crops include maize, sorghum, and groundnuts. This condition is complicating the quest to realize a continent that has available and sufficient safe food for the population and for export.
Aflatoxins thus pose a threat to international trade, health, food security, and many other international development efforts.
Managing aflatoxin exposure therefore becomes one of the most critical actions that governments, private sector, health professionals, farmers, civil society, and other stakeholders will have to take to protect human health in Africa.
2014 was declared the Year of Agriculture and Food Security by the Heads of State Summit held in Malabo, Equatorial Guinea, yet aflatoxin contamination continues to undermine this achievement. A meeting of the Partnership for Aflatoxin Control in Africa, PACA, in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, warns that the toxin, which was discovered in maize in 1960, also affects cassava and groundnuts. It is also known to exist in milk got from livestock that has fed on animal feed contaminated with the aflatoxin. Medical researchers say exposure of infants to milk contaminated with aflatoxin causes stunted growth in children and, in severe circumstances, results in liver cancer in infants.
One of the problems we've had is that the farmers save their best crops that are not infected for export, and then those that are infected, which have high levels of aflatoxin, they save to eat and to feed their children.
Adults who may be suffering from hepatitis B and who have low immunity are in grave danger of contracting liver cancer if they consume food that is contaminated with aflatoxin.
There should be a rollout of hepatitis B vaccination similar to polio, and I'm puzzled by why this hasn't happened, because the studies that have shown the protectiveness of this vaccine were carried out in the Gambia as far back as 1986, and we implemented the mass vaccination in 1990. So I'm really puzzled as to why this hasn't taken on in the rest of Africa, and there really is no reason why it should not be rolled out like polio.
For EcoWatch, I'm Judith Akolo.